In this lesson we're going to look at congruent shapes. And this is what it means. If two shapes are congruent, they are exactly the same size and shape, which includes the lengths and the angles. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some examples and we're going to see if two shapes are congruent or not. Now before we start, I just want you to know that these are not drawn to scale. These are just basically lengths and things that I've put on and made rough sketches of them. Let's just work that out so we've got a bit of room to work over here. Right, so first example, we've got two triangles here of these lengths. Now at first you might notice that these don't look congruent because on this one I've got a 12 here and this one I've got a 4 here, but what we can do is we can redraw the first one over here, and then notice if we rotate this one here, we'll have the 4 on the bottom and we can have the 12 over here and the 7 over here. Now you can clearly see that those are exactly the same shape, so yes, these two are congruent. Just love these ones out, so I've got some more room. And we'll look at the next example now. You've got two quadrilaterals, they're not squares because the lengths of the sides aren't the same. But with this one, look, we've noticed on this one we've got lengths of 6, 8, 12 and 3, and on this one we've got 5, 8, 6 and 13. So whether we rotate them or not, two sides are different, so these two shapes are not congruent. Now these ones at the bottom here, I've got 6 little pictures here. I'm going to number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And I want to match ones that are congruent. So we can have a look at these. Notice that 2 of them have got a little square in them. Like this top one here looks like this. There's one at the bottom which looks like this. But notice that if you rotate this around a bit, you get two shapes that look like this, and that is picture numbers 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 is a match, they're both congruent. Now I've also got one here with 2 lines in one corner and another one down here with 2 lines in one corner. Which first one, 2 number looks like something like this, that's number 2. Then we've got number 6 down here, which looks slightly different, it looks something like that. But notice how if you flip this round, a bit, you get those two in there and those two in there. So then you'll have two that look like this, or you can flip this one round to look like that. And then you'll notice that these two shapes are congruent. So another good match for two congruent shapes in this set is 2 and 6. They're also congruent. Now you could say 3 and 4 because they're the only two that are left, but let's just have a little look at this. Here's number 3. It's got a triangle inside like that. And then number 4's got a triangle in like that. Now if you flip them round, you can flip one round to look like the other. So these two shapes are congruent, so that's 3 and 4. Okay, so that's a little look at how we find out whether two shapes are congruent or not. Remember, if they're congruent, they're exactly the same. They've got the same shape, the same size, and the lengths and the angles are the same. Sometimes you might have to rotate shapes a bit like this. They might be on a different angle, but you'll notice that when you rotate one, they're exactly the same, and if they are, when you've rotated them or whatever you want to do with them, then they're congruent.